French women don't get fat. Are you really sure that French women don't get fat? In this video, I will give you the best diet secrets that French women don't want you to know because, yes, sometimes we do keep secrets. I'm French, I am born in France, I grew up in France. Also, I moved years ago in the States. So I really want to give you my best tips to how to lose weight. If you love the French culture, if you're interested to know how French women stay skinny, I will give you my best tips how I also lose weight. I will tell you also the biggest lies about the French diet, what is true, what is not. I hope this video will help you. And the French diet secrets that French women don't want you to know is about the French paradox. French women still diet. Yes, this is one of the biggest cliches and probably one of the biggest lies about the French paradox. The French paradox is a theory saying that French women eat pretty much everything they want, but they still stay slim. So this is a magic actually. How do they stay slim? While they eat croissant, pain au chocolat, everything they want. I will give you the truth. They stay slim because they do diet. They do diet. And the French paradox is, of course, one of the biggest lies about the French diet. The French food is extremely fat, butter, cream. This is one of the fattest diet I probably know. But yet, French women do diet. And it's one of the biggest lies. They don't eat everything they want. They don't eat croissant every day. They don't eat pain au chocolat every day. They diet. And the French diet is mostly with fresh fruit, vegetable, also skipping everything that is processed. Another diet secret that French women don't want you to know is about the French food culture. I will admit that it is easier and cheaper to get fresh foods here in France than in the States. I used to live at least 10 years in the States, and there's a big difference between the States and in France. And yes, there is a huge culture in France about the fresh food and the fact that you should really focusing on something that is high quality, vegetable and fruits. And also it is easier and cheaper than in the States. Something that really struck me when I was living in the States, it is the fact that how cheap and easy it was to really buy sweets. When I was going to Walgreens, for example, during Halloween or any big holidays, it was full of sweetness, sugar, everywhere. I remember this super big segment or department inside of Walgreens just about sweet and sugar. They don't have, like in France or in Paris, they don't have at every corner what we call le primeur. So le primeur is usually a little store where you can find a lot of fresh fruits, fresh vegetables. It's very easy in Paris. If you walk in every street, you're gonna find what we call le primeur. So a fresh vegetable, fresh food store. So here in France, you know, healthy food is way less expensive than in the States. It is also more accessible. If you work in Paris, you're gonna find a lot of organic store, a lot of le primeur, so fresh foods, fresh vegetable store. Super easy, less expensive than in the States. So I would say that in France, we have this culture of healthy food. And usually when you grow up in France, your parents will say you have to eat fresh food, you have to eat fresh vegetables. It is very important. So this culture in France really promotes that, and it's easy also in France than in the States. Another diet secrets French women don't want you to know is also about walking and exercise. A big difference I also watched in France and in the States was also about the walking culture. In France, we don't use the car a lot, especially if you live in Paris or any big city in France. People don't own any car. They barely have a car actually. And in the States, it's the complete opposite. In the States, people own at least 2 or 3 cars. And every time they need to go to the store or to the groceries, they're gonna take their car, even it's only 5 or 10 minutes away. In France or in Paris, it's completely different. People don't own any car, and if you live in Paris, you're gonna walk a lot. Another diet secret French women don't want you to know is about cutting sugar and snacks. And yes, there's no magic. If you want to lose weight, you have to cut sugar and snacks. And the big also difference I saw in France compared to the States is about also, all these little snacks. Here in France, if you grew up in, I would say, traditional family that really has this healthy food culture, they will tell you when you are a kid to not eat sugar. They will really avoid any snacks between meals, and it's something that you will keep when you grow up actually. And it's something I kept with me actually. If you go to my kitchen, I don't have any snacks at all. I avoid any sugar, any snacks, any also sweet beverage between meal at any cost. And something also I also use when I want to lose weight. So what we do usually, we don't snack. There's not this culture of snacking. And I know that in the States, there is this big snacking culture. If you want to snack here in France, we usually go for something that is healthy. So we love fruits, for example. We love also nuts. So really focus on something that is healthy between meals. Avoid any sweet or snack between two meals. Another diet secret French women don't want you to know is about eating without distraction. So it's something you will see all over YouTube about the diet secrets of French women. It's the fact that they eat without any distraction. They don't eat, in front of the TV. They do what we call the mindful eating. They take the time 2 hours, 3 hours to eat with friends. They gather around a big table and there is no TV, no iPhone, no Instagram, no social media. I think this is one of the biggest lies you will see all over YouTube. It's one of the biggest lies because unless you don't work, unless you are retired, you don't have time to eat 2 or 3 hours. It's one of the biggest lies I saw all over YouTube. As a French woman, I work, and especially in Paris, Parisian women also work a lot. If you are a woman, I would say, living in a big city, you work a lot, and you have a very long day. So the truth is that most of the time, I don't have time to eat. I don't have time to eat properly. So this is also very easy to lose weight here in France or in Paris because when you work and you have very long day, very super busy day, you don't have time to eat. So naturally, you fast or you eat a little bit. This is another diet secret that French women don't want you to know is really to balance and to arbitrage. I made a lot of choice during the day. So most of the time I do a lot of choice and I try to balance my diet. So if I eat a sandwich or a processed meal or a snack during the day because I don't have time, because of work, I don't have time to cook, I try to balance. So after work, I will eat something that is super, super healthy. I will eat a soup, a salad. So I really try to balance during my day. If I know that I eat a sandwich, which is absolutely not healthy, I will try to eat something that is more healthy during the day. So the key, the truth and the secret of how to lose weight for French women is really to balance your diet. Another diet secret French women don't want you to know is about the smaller portion and the quality of food. Yes, it's another difference between France and United States. Usually in France, we try to focus on smaller portion but high quality food. So it is something I saw a lot when I was in New York. I just saw that the portion when I order in a restaurant or even like burger or even at McDonald's actually, I saw that the portion was super, super big. If you go to France, French women will try to eat smaller portion. Most of the time, they will really pay attention to the quantity of food they are going to eat. So focusing on smaller portion, but they are really also try to prioritize something that is high quality. So fresh vegetables, fresh foods, limiting junk food, limiting also processed meals. So it's all about quality and smaller portion. Another diet secret French women don't want you to know is about the French diet. Like I said earlier, French women do diet, and most of the time when you want to lose weight, there is absolutely no magic formula. You have to diet. And now I'm going to give you my best tips on how I lose weight. A few years ago, when I went back from the States, I had to lose at least 10 kilos. And I was able to lose around 10 kilos in just 3 months. There's no magic. What I did is to increase exercise. So I did footing, jogging, and also cycling 3 times a week. I used to lower also my sugar, so sugar intake. I cut any sugar, any sweet, anything also that is junk food, processed meal. And I increased also my protein level. So it was super effective also. I don't eat a lot of meat. I don't eat cheese. So yes, diet is no magic. You have also to cut anything that is with high calories. Another diet secret French women don't want you to know is about what we call the Mediterranean diet. The Mediterranean diet is super popular here in France. If you want to pronounce in French, it's la diète méditerranéenne. It's very popular here, and everyone agrees that this is one of the most healthiest diet. Mediterranean diet is all about fresh food. So cutting also a lot of processed meat. It's also increasing anything with fat, actually. So in the Mediterranean diet, there's a lot of fish, for example, less meat, actually. Less meat, olive oil, so switching, for example, olive oil and not using butter or cream, for example. A lot of eggs, also a lot of fresh vegetables, fresh fruits. It's one of the best diets I know, and I also practice the Mediterranean diet every day, actually. I try to reduce butter, I try to reduce cream. I don't buy cream or butter, actually. I love to use olive oil. Mediterranean diet is very popular here in France because usually you don't need to cut a lot of things. You just have to switch to better option, actually. And in the Mediterranean diet also, there's this idea of pleasure. You can still enjoy food, but healthy and good food. And the last diet secret French women will not tell you is about the healthy lifestyle. Something that French women won't tell you about how to lose weight is really to focus on what we call an healthy lifestyle. If you want to lose weight, you have to prioritize exercise, so walk every day, and get also a good amount of sleep. And yes, this is very difficult, especially if you work a lot. When we work a lot, we have a lot of stress, a lot of pressure. Also, we have a super busy day. And usually when I'm super tired, when I have a lot of work, I usually go naturally for sweet and sugar. So it's very difficult to go to what we call the healthy lifestyle, especially if you don't have this perfect life, if you don't live around a beach, okay? If you work a lot, if you have a lot of pressure, a lot of stress, it's not easy. So some realistic, healthy lifestyle tip I can give you is really to focus on your well-being. Make sure that you don't have a high level of stress, okay? Take also the time to cook, for example. It's something I love to do when I have time during the week or weekend, or during my holidays. I take a little bit of time to cook. And this is something also you can see in my Parisian vlog. And I take the time also to go to the fresh market. It's something also that is very Parisian. You will see that when Parisians do have the time, they go to the fresh market and they buy vegetable, fruits, for example. So it's something you can also do. It's really realistic if you have a little bit of time. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video about the diet secrets that French women don't want you to know. If you have any question, please let me know below this video. I will be happy to answer. So again, a little disclaimer about this video. I'm not a nutritionist. This is my personal opinion about how to lose weight. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget also to check my other videos. And I see you very soon for another one. Bye.